file 24177.
All right, we are on record and on live YouTube regarding a petition that was filed yesterday regarding another child of Dustin Jr. and Jessica Abney. I signed an order removing that child from the care of his mother yesterday. We've given them some time to appear. It's now 9:20. We were scheduled for 9 o'clock in hopes that they would be able to join us this morning. I will say we knew ahead of time that Dustin King, the father of this child, his attorney, Mr. Brooks, was not available to us today. So my intention was to continue his hearing on the prelim on this until Monday at 1 o'clock, which I will still be doing. So he'll have a little extra time to be served and to show up. And I look forward to updates on service and what's been happening with this child after appearances.
Good morning, You're under Nicole Underwood, lawyer, guardian ad litem.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nasaja Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. Beach.
Ashley Beach, I'm the foster care supervisor assigned to this case.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Amadeo, P76194, on behalf of Jessica Abney, who told me she was going to Zoom.
Great. I don't have her with us yet. I'm going to go ahead. I see your paralegal has joined us, but I'm going to terminate her video. I don't think she needs to necessarily be part of that broadcast today, but I will certainly watch for her to appear by Zoom. And I know that you've checked the hallway to see if she's here in person.
Yeah, she did. I called her and she said she was trying to figure it out. So then I sent her the Zoom link with your password and she hasn't logged in yet.
No, but I'll watch for her.
Yeah. So I don't think it's rocket science, but she should be able to get it.
Thanks. I appreciate you reaching out to her. All right, so Ms. Thomas, I'd like to hear from you as far as notification and service of the petition on the parents and what's been happening with the child. So you have a witness that you'd like to direct those questions to?
Sure, Your Honor, but I just want to note for the record that it was not the department that filed the petition. We assisted Ms. Underwood in serving Ms. Abney and obtaining the child, and we're also providing services by way of foster care placement. I am not sure about service on Mr. King, so I don't even know that he was necessarily notified at this point, unless he was included on the emails from the court. So I can ask Ms. Beach if you'd like me to, but I wouldn't have any more information.
Thank you. Ms. Underwood, do you have any updates for the record?
Your Honor, I did ensure that his attorney was served the documents. However, I've been unable to serve Mr. King in person. I'm happy to provide a copy of the petition and removal order with an email if he has one available on file. But I have not been able to locate him in person.
Okay, he does not. There's also been a court-appointed attorney staff for this child, Ms. Ariel Berger. Were you able to serve her? I'm not sure I saw
He was probably out on a Viking raid.
her on the.
Yes, Judge, I did speak with her yesterday and she indicated she planned on Zooming in this morning. I can follow up with her as well.
Okay, so have you explored the department to help you with service, or maybe even just our local police department to help you make sure that the parents are served?
Yes, Your Honor, I know that the respondent mother was served through the department. I believe Ms. Beach has the proof of service for that. But again, with Mr. King, if I'm unable to successfully find a way, I will ensure that law enforcement or some other agency is assisting with that.
Thank you. Well, and I know we sometimes have trouble locating him, and I don't have an email address on file for him. I think we have asked him that. Ms. Beach, do you have updates for us?
Yes.
Okay, Deputy Ames, you can stay where you are, but.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, if you'd like to speak to the service question or any of the issues that face this morning, I look forward to your updates.
Yes, so we were able to serve mom in person yesterday at her Jackson County address around 2 p.m. And I did provide her with the Zoom information for today. She said she would be Zooming in. I was not aware that Dad also needed service, and I don't know if that's personal or via email, but we do have an email for him and I can provide him with service as soon as we're done here today.
Thank you, appreciate that. And is the child in placement at this point?
He was placed in a licensed foster home yesterday, immediately following removal.
Do we know how he's doing? So we checked in with him?
Yes, so the assigned worker, Megan Latour, picked him up from school, and she said that he was upset, but also understood why he was being removed and taken to a licensed foster home. We had lots of contact with him yesterday, actually. The licensing worker and Ms. Latour stayed at the licensed foster home for a couple of hours, and then I dropped off some clothes and other things around 7 p.m., and he was very talkative and seemed to be settling in well. I've actually never heard him as talkative as he was yesterday. So I know he did express sadness and felt bad for not being able to say goodbye to his mom, and had some questions, but he seemed to be doing well.
All right. Well, given that we don't have Ms. Berger or Mr. Brooks or Mr. King served, and to give Ms. Adney a chance to appear, I would be inclined to continue the rest of our proceedings to Monday at 1 o'clock. But if anybody has questions for Ms. Beach on what we've explored so far, or anything else for the record, now would be the time to share that.
I have no questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
I have none, Your Honor. Just to add, my client claims she's trying to log in, but if we're going to do this Monday at 1, I have to be in Shiawassee till 11:30. I'll rush here, I'll zoom in, but I'll make sure I'm there.
Okay, I appreciate that. And I mean, we could move forward with the case as it relates to your client this morning, unless you would prefer to have the prelim moved to Monday to give her an extra chance to be here. What's your
I
preference?
think it makes sense to go all one day.
Okay.
So.
Yes. Well, your client was the one who the child was living with, so I would like to give her a chance to appear if she wants to.
Thank you.
Ms. Underwood, any questions for Ms. Beach? Anything else for the record today?
No, Your Honor, if we're going to proceed with everything else Monday, I can wait to proceed until then.
All right, that sounds like a plan then. The placement for the child will remain with the department and in that foster care placement for all the reasons that were indicated and authorized in the petition. And will continue prelim till Monday for the reasons already stated on the record. This will not disturb any of the other prior orders that have also been in full force and effect as it relates to the other children concerned by this case. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today, and we'll see you on Monday at 1 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Judge, could we have a brief bench on another case set for today with Mr.
24177 and A.
Okay, we are online today, just so everyone's aware. We're back
Well, screw that then. I'm not coming back.
on record for the prelim on the petition that was filed August 20th, 2025. There was a removal order authorized by this court
Maybe I'll go to Pago Pago or Tahiti.
for this child. Both parents have joined us today. We're waiting for the mother to join us from the hallway. The father is here already. So I look forward to conducting the prelim this afternoon. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicole Underwood, lawyer guardian ad litem.
Nastasia Thomas, counsel for the department.
Ashley Beach, I'm the foster care supervisor assigned to the case.
Michael Brooks, I'm the attorney for Dustin Senior as opposed to Dustin Junior. Sir?
Dustin King,
Senior.
father,
Yeah.
senior.
William Amadeo, P76194, on behalf of respondent mother Jessica Adney, who I hope is in court.
Is Aggie?
See, yes.
Yes, she has joined us.
Thank you. Jessica, please state your name.
Jessica, Adney.
King in the house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ariel Berger here as the court-appointed attorney for Dustin Michael King Jr.
All right, well, as it relates to the preliminary hearing, there's a number of things that I typically go through directly with the clients or with the attorneys. So gentlemen, we'll start with you and then we'll go to your clients as we need to. Mr. Brooks, do you know if your client has a copy of the petition?
Did you get a
Well, I've skied in Chamonix, which is the French Alps, but it's, you can ski into Switzerland from there.
copy?
On my phone.
Well, then you've got it.
There's not a physical copy in my hand, no.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Brooks.
You're not a respondent anyway. If you look at the very first paragraph
There's
on
7
top.
pages and 3 pages, I believe.
Yeah, well, the part you need to see. Is it all right if I talk to him, Your Honor?
Yes. Mr. Amadeo, have you spoken with your client? You know she's received a copy of the petition.
I have, Your Honor. I reviewed it with her on Friday.
Thank you. We have some cases that have already been disclosed that relate to this child. Are there any other cases that would concern this child that you're aware of or your client's aware of?
I am not, Your Honor.
Very good. Is there any reason to investigate the possibility of Native American heritage that other than what's already been done, if you're aware?
No, Your Honor, there's not.
Yeah, very good. Does your client wish to have the petition read onto the record, or would she waive that?
We'll waive a formal reading, and we will also waive the prelim if that's acceptable, Judge.
Very good. That would include the probable cause for removal piece. Is that what you intend, Mr. Amadeo?
That is, Your Honor.
Very good. Did you wish to verify that with your client under oath at all today, or any other reason to swear her in?
Jessica, we talked about this. You do want to see Dustin, but you do not want him living with you right now, correct?
Okay,
Yes.
Sandy, come on up to our podium for a moment. Deputy Ames, we can swear her in.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, so the camera's over here if you want to look at it.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Amadeo, it's all yours.
Jessica, do you remember when we talked on Friday?
Correct.
Okay, and did you tell me on Friday that you want to see Dustin, have visitation with him, correct?
Yes.
Is it also true you do not want him living with you right now?
Yes.
Do you understand waiving the prelim will save the court time and start the process to get where we want to be?
I don't understand what that means.
Everything we talked about on Friday is starting to be accomplished by waiving the prelim. Do you consent to that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. I got nothing further for her.
All right, as it relates to how you would like to move forward, have you discussed the options for entering a plea or a bench trial or jury trial with your client?
Your Honor, at this point, I do think we're going to enter a plea. I would like to review that with Ms. Thomas and Ms. Berger and Ms. Underwood before we make a final decision. So I'd ask for a pre-trial. I don't anticipate this going to trial, Judge.
Very well. How much time do you need in order to go over that? I have some time, for example, next on Friday, the 12th of September, or I could go up past that if you want more time.
Just see the 12th.
Judge, I'm not available to.
Okay.
Neither am I on the mediation training.
Could we go
Please.
2 weeks past that?
I have September the 23rd at 9.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
My apologies. What was that date? The 23rd?
All right, we're moving right along through here. Just for you guys who are keeping track, this is all the custody issue. There is a criminal case which actually precedes this and then runs alongside it. I'm going to take that up next. But we're getting towards the end of the custody issues.
It's Tuesday, September 23rd at 9.
Or at least that's my understanding. This is all Alyssa's fault.
I am in a full day trial that day.
Friday, September 26th at 10.
I'm out again from the 26th until the
We got 10.
10th. Yeah.
I really need to make a little affliction counter, like a little AI widget that I can just put on so that when we can keep track of everyone's afflictions when they're making a court appearance.
So let's back it up then a little bit and see if we can find some time, different spots.
Well, you're not a part of this hearing anyway.
Right, but my kid's part of both of them.
Did I offer to you Tuesday the 16th at 8:30? Probably not.
Tuesday the 16th of... No, I'm in trial, Judge. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, we had a tentative, it looks like on my calendar at least, we had a tentative bench trial set for the Garin matter on Monday, September 15th at 1:30.
Yes.
And I believe both parents have entered a plea at this time.
Okay. Thank you. How about Monday, September 15th at 1:30?
I still am in mediation training that day.
Yeah, and I'm going to be in trial in Washington. I'm sorry.
So great idea. Thank you.
Good offer.
Okay, so past October 10th then, I have 9 a.m. Tuesday, October 14th.
Works for me.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can make that happen, Judge.
Okay.
I don't believe my presence and my client's presence is even needed.
All right. Well, he is entitled to notice and he's entitled to be here, but if you would like to waive that, that's up to you.
He may want to attend. I don't see anything for me to do but sit here and watch what Mr. Amadeo is going to do. I don't see the point.
All right.
I have no position on her, what she chooses to plead or not plead to.
Very good.
This is all sporadic.
All right. I do believe that's accurate. Ms. Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor, I agree.
Okay. Any objections from our online participants?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No objection.
Okay, so
Could you repeat the time again?
October 14th at 9. All right, so the pretrial as it relates to Ms. Abney is set for October 14th at 9 a.m. And that will allow him some time to talk with his client about a potential resolution. Would you like to schedule a jury trial date or a bench trial date now? Or would you like to wait?
I'll wait, Your Honor. I just don't see this going to trial.
All right.
Thank you, though. And if somehow it went to trial, Judge, it would be a bench. But I just don't foresee that happening.
Great, thanks for letting me know. Okay, well, anything else for the record today then, ladies and gentlemen?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, at this point, Judge, do we need to address parenting time, or are we going to wait till the prelim on, or till the pretrial on that?
Well, I guess that's I usually go to the department to find out what the plan is on that. Any comments?
Yeah, and I think at this time we would be supervised per policy, and if not, starting to transition to more, depending on voluntary services and the issues that are being addressed.
I have no issue with supervised visitation, Judge. I would like her to see her child.
Are you able to work together, Ms. Abney, Ms. Beach, in order to figure that out?
Absolutely, Judge.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
All right, sounds good. Obviously, if you have any issues, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I get the impression my client would like me to state that he would like supervised visitation as well.
Visitation for your client can be addressed in addition to what's happening here. We have, I think, already some information on that request, as this child is also concerned in the regular reviews for Mr. King. Any comment on that, Ms. Thomas?
Yeah, I know we were here just 2 weeks ago as relates to Mr. King, and we had addressed the issues concerning him and his parenting time and the compliance or lack thereof of his case service plan. I don't believe it's necessary to readdress it at this juncture. If I'm not mistaken, I also believe the court has ordered the department to begin the termination proceedings.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Brooks?
No, Your Honor.
Would you have any opinions on that, Ms. Berger, Ms. Underwood? Any comments?
Your Honor, I have,
Your Honor, go ahead.
thanks. On my calendar, I have a review scheduled in this case for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Is that no longer accurate?
That is for the mother of the other children's case.
I see. Okay.
Mr. King's next review is scheduled for November 10th at 10:30.
Perfect. Okay. I would take no position then at this time.
Your Honor, I believe that, again, this has been fully addressed on the record in Mr. King's reviews. And at this time, again, what's currently in effect with respect to his parenting time should remain the court's order until, and if Mr. King decides to actually participate in his case service plan.
had been.
All right, thank you. Okay, so all prior orders will remain in full force and effect. I agree that was addressed at length in the last hearing, as well as prior hearings. So I won't make any changes to those, but obviously we have a hearing coming up November 10th. If something's changing, then we can address it at that time, or if something happens to move the ball forward in any way, I'm sure I'll hear from the department or from Mr. Brooks directly.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Nothing.
It says, she said November 10th, but are we catching the year? I'm trying to figure out what year we're at.
No, Your Honor.
All right, that's all. Okay, we're on record in file number 24-177 NA. We're scheduled for a pretrial today as it relates to Jessica Adney. I've had the pleasure of talking with the attorney just briefly before we started to understand that we may be looking at a plea to resolve the outstanding petition against Ms. Adney. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicole Underwood, lawyer guardian ad litem.
Ms. Taja Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. Latour.
Magdalene Tour, foster care worker.
Would you spell your name, please?
MEGHANLATOUR.
Good morning,
Good
Your
morning,
Honor.
Your Honor. William, sorry, Eric, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Ariel Berger here is the court-appointed attorney
Thank
for
you.
the minor child.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Amadeo, P7619, on behalf of Jessica Adney. We both consent to Zoom, and she should be on Zoom, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Adney, if you're there, can you introduce yourself, please? Okay, you're on mute. If you could unmute. She's not. I can see that. I'm inviting her to unmute. Okay,
All right.
there we go. Yes, your name for the record, please.
Jessica Lynn Abney.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Amadeo, according to the court rule, a client has a number of rights associated with the petition. I think we've gone over some of these before, but for example, do you know if your client would like the petition read to her on the record, or if she'd like to waive that? If she has a Native American heritage or a relative search? Talk with me about those aspects.
We have, Your Honor. We'll waive a formal reading. I do not believe there's any other issues that you presented. She will plead no contest. The justification for the no contest is there is a pending criminal case out of Jackson County, which I don't want to make more difficult for her. She is prepared to plead no contest and use the petition as the factual basis.
Okay, your positions on that, counselors?
I have no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, Ms. Underwood, do you find that that serves the best interest of the child in this case?
I do, thank you.
Okay. All right, Deputy Ames, would you swear in Ms. Jessica Adney, please? And our caseworker, Ms. Latour.
Please raise your right hand. Ms. Adney, can you raise your right hand, please? Do each of you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Ms. Adney, a no contest plea in this matter is in using the factual basis of the plea as the petition essentially means that I'm going to consider the facts in the petition as accurate. And then we're going to look at directing the department or asking the department to put some services together to help you in those areas. But I'm going to consider, even with your no contest plea, the issues to be accurate as stated in the petition. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to go over the rest of the rights you're going to be waiving by entering the plea. But I'd like you to confirm, if you would, please, that you would like to enter a no contest plea.
Yes, no contest.
Okay. If I accept your plea, you are giving up your right to a trial by judge or by jury, the right to have the petitioner prove the allegations in the petition by a preponderance of the evidence, the right to have witnesses against you appear and testify under oath at trial, the right to cross-examine witnesses, and the right to have the court subpoena any witnesses that you believe can give testimony in your favor. You understand you'll be giving up or waiving those rights if you enter a no contest plea.
I do.
Okay, with regard to the consequences of your plea, or in other words, what will happen, the court will do the following. There will be continued investigation by the caseworker to see what the problems are in your family and how and whether they can be solved. The court could dismiss the case if there's no need for the court to be involved. If it appears that there's a problem that may be solved, The court can make the child a temporary ward of the court, placed with mother or father or with relatives or in a foster home, and order programs for you and your child, such as counseling, drug and alcohol treatment, assessments, and parenting classes. If it appears that you will not be able to provide a proper home for the child in the reasonably foreseeable future, the court could terminate your parental rights. With regard to the plea itself, the plea can also later be used as evidence in a proceeding to terminate your parental rights. Do you understand the consequences of your plea, Ms. Adney?
I do.
Do you have any questions about any of the information I've given you so far?
I don't.
Forcing you or threatening you in order to get you to enter a no contest plea today? Contest plea?
No,
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or anything else that could get in the way of you understanding what you're doing this morning?
no,
Would you say your decision to enter a no contest plea is one you've made of your own free will?
yes,
Thank you. As it relates to the factual basis of the plea, Ms. Latour, did you assist in or draft the facts in the petition?
Yes, I did.
Are all of those facts truthful, accurate, and complete to the best of your knowledge and information?
Yes, they are.
All right, Ms. Thomas, would you mind if I ask Ms. Latour to highlight the issues that she's going to be targeting for purposes of case services?
Your Honor, I have no objection to that. I just want to clarify for the record that the department nor the private agency submitted this petition.
Oh, that's right. I'm just going through the regular procedures here. Ms. Underwood.
It was me.
That's right. Well, did you have in your drafting the cooperation of the department to secure the facts and circumstances?
Yes, I did.
Very good. And you're confident in the issues?
Yes, Your Honor.
As guardian ad litem, you seem actually uniquely positioned to tell us about the issues that you see in this case. Would you like to talk about the things that you'd like Ms. Agnew to target, Abby?
Sure, Your Honor. This case is a little bit unique as we already had jurisdiction of the minor child due to his father being, or there being a petition against his father and him being a respondent. Mom was originally a non-respondent parent. However, she was experiencing and going through some issues that were making it difficult for her to be able to provide this minor child with the needs that he had, as well as be able to take care of herself and her younger children who are not part of this case. But there were issues with utilities in the home, the child being able to get the recommended services that were provided in the other case. The child needed some serious mental health, I would say, services, as well as physical health services. And those issues I didn't feel were being addressed as quickly as I would have liked them to, and it had been a considerable amount of time. So I know that Ms. Abney does have some services in place through Jackson County and is working toward some goals there, but I would really like to see her to get some stable employment, stable housing, be able to work on getting those utilities down, and then ensuring that she's able to address and properly care for the minor child's mental health as well as physical health concerns. As again, they were an ongoing and large concern, and have since removal have been addressed, and the child's doing very well. So I would like to see her continue to work on all of those issues.
Okay. Are there any needs around parenting associated with the allegations on physical and mental abuse, as well as mental health services for Jessica Agnew herself?
Yes, Your Honor. I think that some sort of parenting classes or some type of services to help figure out how to appropriately parent a child who has undergone significant trauma would be appropriate, as well as I'm not certain what mental health services are being offered to her through her Jackson County case, but I do think that some type of evaluation, if not already completed, would be beneficial for Ms. Abney and children.
All right, as to any other areas of concern that the department would like addressed, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that based on the court report that Ms. Latour has provided for today's hearing, there may be some concerns, and I think that's also satisfied by the basis for a no contest plea surrounding criminality. But I think that can also be kind of wrapped up in the mental health issues that Ms. Underwood just reported.
Right, Ms. Berger, after your review of the petition on behalf of your client, the minor child, do you believe that those areas that we've outlined today accurately address the issues outlined in the petition and the services that Ms. Adney will be expected to cooperate with?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Amadeo, same question.
Yeah, sure. And just for the record, Miss Adney is $1,600 behind on her electric because I saw it's one thing Miss Underwood's concerned about. And she's trying to get car seats for their 3 children. She's trying very hard. I have reached out to her Jackson worker to get her assistance. I do think this is the best interest of everyone, but she is trying and she needs some financial assistance. So I'm trying to explore options for her, but I do agree with everything else that was said, Judge.
All right, thank you. Very good. All right, the court finds the plea to be knowingly, voluntarily, and understandably made with a full understanding of the consequences. Just formally speaking, are the attorneys satisfied with the advice of rights and the factual basis of the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. Very good. All right, so between now and when we come back, the child, unless you want to address this, Mr. Amadeo, the court would anticipate that the child would remain in placement that appears to be the safest and least restrictive under the circumstances. Is your client asking for a placement review today?
No, Your Honor. The only thing she wants, I did express to Miss Underwood, is to be able to see him for some parenting time. But I do think the placement's appropriate for right now.
Your Honor, with respect to parenting time, the department has been very proactive, or I'd say Fostering Solutions has been very proactive on ensuring parenting time. I believe they're at least having once weekly visits. And Ms. Adney has worked to have her younger children at some of the visits, but not all. That way she can get some one-on-one time with the minor child. So that has already been in place. And again, if it needs to be reviewed or updated, we're happy to work with everyone to ensure that that continues.
Okay, all right.
And I'll just add, Judge, I do agree with everything Ms. Underwood said, Your Honor. I just want to stress that she just wants to see the child when she can. The department has worked with her on that issue.
Great. Okay, Ms. Latour, is there a caseworker in Jackson assigned to this case?
Yeah, she was on Zoom. It was Jessica Anderson.
All right, and are you going to be the foster care caseworker?
Yes.
Okay. So are you coordinating them with Jackson County for things like potentially therapeutic or parent coaching during parenting time?
We have been, how do I word this? We've been communicating at least every other week, either me or my supervisor with them to get updates on what they have been helping her with, so that we're not giving her double services when it's not needed.
Great. Just briefly, what are the services that she's being offered at this point?
So right now, Jackson County is very much focused on getting her financial stability. So they've been helping her with the SER process for emergency relief. She's been door dashing when she can. And that's, to my knowledge, when I last checked in, that was what they were most worried about, was
Right.
the financial aspect.
As it relates to parenting time, are there any concerns it could be addressed? Because I noticed obviously there's some physical and mental abuse allegations here that Ms. Adney has asked the court to consider in the factual basis. And for purposes of parenting time, is there a referral in progress for something like Orchards or Parkside or the equivalent thereof in Jackson County to make sure that that parenting time is beneficial to the child?
The main concern that we were having at first was she didn't have childcare to allow for an extra visit like Orchards. So that was part of the reason why we held off, was because we wanted to work with her to see what could be put in place to allow for that one-on-one time that either Orchards or therapeutic visitation would allow for.
Are there any in-home programs? Like I know Parkside has an in-home therapy program. we could work potentially, but that's Lenawee.
Yeah, I would have to check because I'm not completely sure what could be, but since her address is in Jackson.
All right, would you be willing to look into that?
Yes.
Any questions based on my questions?
Your
No,
Honor.
thank you, Your Honor.
One moment,
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Anderson. Any questions for Ms. Latour, Ms. Thomas, or Ms. Berger?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Jessica Anderson, Deputy Ames. This is our Jessica Anderson, if you would swear her in. Please.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, Ms. Anderson, I appreciate you looking to jump in. What would you like to share with us about Jackson County's efforts that are happening?
Yep. So I have been in touch with Lifeways, and Ms. Adney has been working with her case manager at Lifeways to address her mental health and her situation. She is currently on a wait list for therapy in Jackson with Erland Counseling. So I will be following up with them to see when there are openings for her to see if we can get her in sooner. She has filled out 2 SERs. The one was pending. She was having issues with logging in with her DoorDash app to get like her proof of income, her proof that she's employed through there. So we can get that there. She has applied for assistance for daycare for the children too, to try to accommodate, to have one-on-one time with Dustin for parenting time, but we are working with a poverty issue and limited support issue. So we're trying to work our rounds with that the best that we can to support her during this time.
One of the things that we look at in Lenawee sometimes is a psychological evaluation, specifically that includes a CAPI, which is a child abuse potential inventory, so that we can have a look at some of those issues that were named in the petition and can specifically address some of those concerns that may come up even during parenting time and the dynamics between the parent and the child. Is that something typical in Jackson that you could look into for Ms. Andy or not?
I can, and I can put in a referral for a psychological for that.
Thank you. If you could specifically address that CAPI, that's very useful. I would appreciate it if you could try.
Okay.
Okay, any questions of Ms. Anderson?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This isn't nearly as fun when we don't have Crazy on the stand. But I got to get to the end of this thing now.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like our next court date then will just be our initial disposition. Between now and then, Ms. Adney, you'll be meeting with Jackson County or Loudoun County or both in order to put together a case services plan. That's an outline of the things that are going to be expected of you to cooperate with, like you continuing your efforts to find a way to get that electric bill paid up and to find a way to provide daycare and to attend things like therapy and maybe that psychological evaluation. So I'm glad to hear that you're actively working on those things already. So that's great progress. But those will be the kinds of things that you'll need to talk with your caseworkers about, because when that goes into place, that becomes part of the court order. And then we all come together once a quarter to look at that, to see what your progress is and whether or not the risk of harm has been reduced so that your child could potentially come home to you. Do you have any questions about that at this point?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay.
Your Honor, I just would, I'm
Good boy.
sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. I just want to indicate that Ms. Latour did provide an initial court report with a signed case service plan already. So I don't know that we need a ton of time between now and our initial disposition. I know that the docket might not permit for us to move into initial disposition at this time. But if the court would like to entertain that, I think that we're all in agreement to move forward in that direction as well.
Well, that's
No
a question.
objection, Judge.
Okay, so are you suggesting then that you'd like me to also conduct the initial disposition today, Mr. Amadeo?
I have no issue with that, Judge. If that's what the parties want, we'll agree to that.
Okay, I invite you at this point then to voir dire Ms. Adney about waiving the, because she has a right, obviously, to some time to look at that case services plan before we come back for the initial disposition. So I would need her to waive that if she wants to just enter that plan today.
Okay. Jess, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand that we can waive today and just get right into the initial disposition? This is what we discussed.
Right. Yes.
Do you think that'd be in your best interest?
Yes.
Do you think that would be in Dustin's best interest?
Yes.
And do you understand that you won't have time to go over the case service plan, but this will start the process rolling quicker?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Judge, I think that covers everything.
Okay, all right. I do see I have a signed case services plan along with that court report. So Ms. Thomas, would you like to address that with the attorneys for today?
Yes.
Or with your case?
Yes, Your Honor, if, Ms. Latour I'll just call Ms. Latour for brief questioning on that.
Go ahead. She has been sworn. You remain under oath.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Latour, at this point in time, what is the permanency goal for the subject minor and respondent parent?
Right now, it is reunification.
And have you had the opportunity to meet with Ms. Adney to discuss the case service plan that would assist in the parent-child being reunified?
Yes, I did. I met with her last week on the 7th.
Okay. And during that meeting, were you able to discuss the relevant services that would help address the barriers to reunification at this time?
Yes, we did.
And was Ms. Adney able to contribute to the discussion?
Yes, absolutely. If you have, for instance, if you have court in 2 different counties, so like I might have a hearing up that's live in DuPage County, and then I have something in frickin' Kane County a half hour later. Yeah, I'm out in the parking lot on Zoom.
And offer any suggestions as to services she may be in need of.
Yes, she asked a couple questions about some of the services that we were going to be putting or asking for her to complete with us, but she did not have any revisions to it that she expressed at that time.
Wonderful. Has she engaged in any voluntary services up until today?
She's been working with Jackson County ongoing, which to my knowledge, it's all voluntary in a basis, kind of anything that she applies for or works towards with them. So she's been working on relieving her financial constraints with the electricity. She's been attempting to reach her case manager at Lifeway.
You scheduled around the conflict, but now it's easier because if you have that option, you can pack things closer together and it's more efficient.
And from what I just heard from Jessica Anderson, she's working on getting daycare assistants so that they're able to have some of that one-on-one time and complete a parenting class.
And to the best of your knowledge, just going back to the report that you provided for today's hearing, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to it?
I do not think that there are any updates.
And currently, I believe the record, we've already stated this on the record, but also in the court report indicates parenting time is weekly for an hour and a half each week?
Yes.
Okay. And currently is that going okay enough? Are there any safety concerns?
There are no safety concerns. We have just been giving Jessica reminders due to her mental, I don't want to say it that way, due to her stating that she's very forgetful due to previous head trauma. So we've been working to give her reminders for when parenting time is, and not only giving
telling her the day before, but we gave her a calendar at our meeting so that she could reference that instead of looking on her phone.
Great. And as far as referrals go, anything that is related to the case service plan, is that your responsibility to enter those referrals?
Yes.
Okay. And is there anything that you would like the court to know about how the youth is doing at this time?
He met with a therapist yesterday to get the therapeutic intervention started. It seems like it went really well from what I heard from him and the placement. So I'm hopeful that it's a good match for him, just due to the issues that that Junior experiences with males. So we're hoping that it's a good match.
Okay. All right. With that, Your Honor, I have no further questions. Satora would ask the court to accept the court report and enter the case service plan in as part of the initial disposition order. Thank you.
I have no objection.
No objection, Judge.
Ms. Berger, any objections?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. All right, the court will accept the waiver then, and I have reviewed the case services plan. It does appear to target very generally those areas, but Ms. Latour, in your future meetings with Ms. Addy, if you could maybe look at indicating some of those services specifically in her case services plan, I think that could be useful for all of us. And then, of course, the updates as we go along on the progress. Very good. That would effectively allow us to have our initial disposition concluded today. Is there any other testimony or facts that you'd like to bring to light today as it relates to the initial disposition, Mr. Amadeo?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Berger, anything else for today as it relates to the adjudication really or the initial disposition?
No, Your Honor, I was able to meet with the minor child in this case, and he's expressed his wishes that are fairly similar to what the court is requesting of mom at this time. So I would just ask that she have some time to complete services and that she be able to visit with him because he does want to visit with her.
Okay, Ms. Underwood. Anything else for the record today on the adjudication or initial disposition?
I can provide a brief report as a child. All right. I already have an established relationship with this minor child as he has been under the jurisdiction for quite some time now. I met with him at my office yesterday. He appears to be the healthiest I've seen him in as long as I've known him. He was happy. He's adjusting very well to placement. Again, it was difficult at the beginning, which I think is normal for children being placed into foster care. However, his placement's wonderful. They're very compassionate and understanding of his needs and are learning to work with him and meet him where he's at. He is really enjoying the school that he's attending and
Seriously,
making friends and getting comfortable there. The school has been very proactive in ensuring that his needs are being met. Any type of needs that he had at the prior school are being addressed and plans are in place for.
I mean, it's good in terms of business being conducted and things going the right way, but when they only let the adults talk, it's not very fun.
For him to continue to be successful there, or again, if he runs into any issues or is having a rough day, again, there are mental health breaks in place and there are things to again ensure that he is excelling where he's at. It's a typical teen, not wanting to do homework sometimes and things like that. However, again, I put my mom hat on for him and said if I had to, I would add Infinite Campus for him to my phone as well. And so I think, again, he's just being a typical teenager, but he does enjoy spending time with his mom and his little siblings. But he does wish to remain where he's at right now because he knows it's best for not only himself and his needs, but also for his mom to be able to get back on her feet and hopefully be able to reunify when everyone is in a much better place. I did let him know he could attend this hearing today. However, he was okay with me just giving him an update afterwards. So you can look forward to him attending some of the reviews in order for him to be able to provide you his progress and so on.
Great, appreciate that. Okay, any other comments for the record from any of our other attorneys?
No, Your
No,
Honor,
thank you,
thank
Judge.
you.
Okay. Very good. Well, the court finds all interested parties are given notice for purposes of today's pretrial, and of course waived notice as it relates to the no contest adjudication plea, as well as the initial disposition as it relates to Ms. Jessica Addy. The case services plan that was admitted into evidence today will become part of today's court order in the initial disposition. And I'd like to talk with the attorneys about a potential review hearing, our first review, which would be 3 months out at this point. I have some time the afternoon of Monday, January 5th at 2:30, or Tuesday, January 6th in the morning or the afternoon. Any preferences?
January 6th would work better for me, Judge.
Morning or afternoon?
Morning.
Okay, what about Mr. Amadeo? He's got other things to do.
I'll make that. I'll make that work, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, the morning of this January 6th is on either 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. What do you think, Ms. Berger?
I'm available at either time, Your Honor.
Very good. Ms. Thomas, any preference?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, let's call it 10 o'clock Tuesday, January 6th. And I've got an hour on the docket for you at that time. In the meantime, good luck to you, Ms. Adney, as you continue to engage in your case services, and we'll have a look at the progress on the case on Tuesday, January 6th at 10 a.m. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today. The orders will contain the rest of the necessary findings.
Well, there you have it. Sorry. I knew there wasn't that much in there. I was hoping there was a nugget I missed. There wasn't. It was a bunch of boring court. But I'm stuck into the thing, so I need to see it through. I mean, we're talking about the date they just set is like what, 5 days from now? 4 days? I don't know. I don't know what the hell the date is. It's it's the next, whatever day it is for you. It's the next day for me, unless you're over here in New Zealand or Australia. Anyway, thank you for coming out. We're gonna get it done. I got to see what happens. We're going to see this to the end. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of caught up. There might be something in between. I think there's another hearing for him. I think this focused on her in between. I don't know. Behave yourselves. I'm not bailing you out. I'm on another continent. I'll see you soon.